Okay, folks, welcome back. This is another local multiplayer tutorial where we have one player that is being controlled by the mouse and the other which is being controlled by the gamepad, in this case, an Xbox controller. So, where we left off before, we had just set up our input actions to have a spawn input action that now spawns our new character. And if you're like me, you're having a hard time figuring out which character is which. So when we go ahead and play the game, I think that I'm one character, and when it splits the screen, I'm not sure which character I am anymore. So I think that it would be handy to have a little bit of definition to which character is which. So after we spawn our second player, we're going to put a color blue on that character. So the way that we do this is we right click in the blueprints and we say get player character. And the first player, will be player index 0, and the second player will be player index 1. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of the new player to 1. And then from there, we're going to drag this off, and we're going to say get component by class. And so we are going to get the player character, and we're going to take the mesh component of that character, and then we're going to do something with that. And that something is we're going to drag this off, and we're going to say set material. And context sensitive is not helpful. And set material, we don't have to scroll down to find set material. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and plug this pin into here to make sure that my set material fires. I'm going to scroll in so you can see it a little bit better, and we're going to choose a new material to assign. So I'm going to make this pretty obvious. There is a blue material that comes through by default, a solid blue material, and we're just going to use that. Now, if I wanted to make this look better, I would probably take the skin, the material for the skin that's currently on the mannequin, and put a tint on it, but I'm just doing a rough sort of gray boxing for how I want this to function. And let's see if this works. Let's compile it, pull this down, and press play. So here I am. I haven't affected my character, but when I hit tab, the other character is blue. And so I immediately am able to discern who I am compared to who the new person is. Now, a couple quick things. These mannequins have a couple of elemental indexes. There's a 1 and a 0. The 0 is the legs and the arms, and the 1 is the body. So if I change that to 1, and oops, let's actually just close that IMC. Let's go ahead and play this. So if I do this, it will pull up the blue on the body, and I guess it's actually the lower arms as well. But there's this nice glowy emblem, the Unreal emblem on the chest of the mannequins. So I often like to make this 0. And if you wanted to be really equal in all of this and make sure that both players are getting a little bit of tinting happening, the other thing that we could do is when the game starts, event begin play, we could use the same function. We can actually just grab this whole thing and hit copy and paste, and essentially say when the game starts, take the first person, change the mesh component, and instead of solid blue, let's do solid gray. And again, these materials are pretty underwhelming, but they're just in the folder with everything else, so you don't have to make anything yet. And now that you know it works, you can go back and change it out for anything you'd like to make. So now when I press play, my character will have these gray arms, legs, and head. And when I hit tab, the other player will come in with the blue. So there you have it. That's a nice and quick and easy way to discern between the two players. And I hope you're able to make use of this within your own projects. Again, as always, let me know if you've got any problems, anything that's not working, and I'll see if I can get that added into this series about local multiplayer in Unreal 5. Cheers.